After 6 months, we're finally back and we have an update for you. So, where I'm standing now, this is plot 2, where we originally had Scotch Bonnet peppers, and we have removed those, removed them for a while, and we finally got a chance to put some Scotch Bonnet peppers back in. These are about 8 weeks and they look good. We have been doing though, trying to understand the different symptoms of what the plants look like. I'm doing some reading on infestation of mites or thrips versus aphids, and when it's the leaf curl virus. So right now, if you see, there's a lot of weed in the plot, lot of weeds, and we would have burnt through the furrows with finish, but we now have to go through and remove the weeds from the root of the pepper. We didn't change the plastic mulch, we didn't plow again, we just planted back in the plot as it was. So if you notice, we have some areas that have plastic is torn. The plan was for us to replace it, but that didn't happen. So we just have to work with it as it is now. The trees are, for the most part, they're doing well. We have a lot of blossoms. Trees are doing well. We have a lot of blossoms so far. If you can get closer, see, we have a lot of blossoms and even peppers coming out. We noticed that there's some curling of some of the leaves, and we're trying to figure out what it is. We're trying to get an instrument to be able to see the microscopic insects, but based on our research, if it comes this way, it would be thrips or the virus, and if it comes downward, it would be mites based on where they suck from. So we're just working now, trying to figure that out and to see how best we can manage that.
What virus?
Well, there are a few. It's generally the leaf curl virus.
Okay. It is very important to do reconnaissance, especially in this early stage of the plant's life, to observe things like these curling of the leaves at the top. Those are new leaves, and already you can see signs of curling. So what we'll be doing is we're going to be getting a magnifying glass or some sort of scope that would allow us the sights to see beyond what the naked eye can see. What's under the leaves, what's on it. Clearly something is wrong. So if we can pinpoint a couple leaves, check them, and see if there are any sucking insects on it or under it. Then we can know, and we'll know if it's either that or nutrient deficiency. So yes, so we'll definitely be looking at that. So no white flies, but clearly something is feeding on the plant.
Fruit haircut. Let me catch it. Look, water spill.
We need to walk through every row and try to fix every rose.
It's only half the time.
Not the time, but
Yeah, make the point.
we're trying at the time. The next one goes to the answer leak. And then when it leak, all the nutrients are just rushed to where it's leaking.
See it?
Yeah.
You know,
Cause-
never.
Now the 12. Water always take the part of least resistance. If the water is the fertilizer in its soluble state, then yes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at these roots. So there is a pepper tree right here, believe it or not. And there's one right here as well. There's one right here as well. But then compare those plants with this one that has no weed around it. So the plant now has to be fighting against the weeds for the nutrients in the soil. And that's the reason why removing the weeds, one of the reasons why removing the weeds is beneficial for the health and longevity of the plant itself. So this is the fertigation system connected to the main line. So this is the main line that comes in from the other part's connection to NIC, and then there's a lot off in the middle, and then this loop up and around with two cutoffs on it, and that would go through the main hose, the 50 mm main line, which will take it straight up to the plant. So this is the 50 mm line that would go up straight up to the plot, and then it's connected to this 40 mm just stopper right there. And then you notice the lines are connected here, so each that's a 12 mm would go towards a bank or a furrow with peppers on it. You would have that. So we do double on the bank, so we would have two 12 mm holes per furrow that would supply each plant with water as well as fertilizer when we do fertilize. So it's connected to main line over there that would come down on the bank. Just want to zoom into this one so you can see. Let's turn it a bit. Can you see the water dripping? Yes. So within that water you would have the nutrients that this plant would need. As you can see, we had some, I don't know if it's animal or insects, or while the flowers were being sprayed, bacterial leaf spot, but something that we'd have to investigate. Nevertheless, and this is what the plant looks like currently, with a lot of blossoms, and you have little fruit right there. Yeah, and that's a pepper plant, Scotch Bonnet. In its early stage, this is about 8 weeks, 8 to 9 weeks old, and this is what it looks like. Yeah, that is how most plant would look like. This plot with around close to 9,000 trees on it. Yeah, so Shanice is kind of beating the line, the emitter. That's where we would have the part that the water would come from.
We're checking it to see which one. See if the plants are small,
Yeah,
highly likely not getting the nutrients.
so whatever is
So
blocked.
this not dripping.
So when you see a small plant like that, you know that it's not getting all the nutrients that it should be getting.
Water.
Or even water, yes.
See? Dripping.
They beat it until it start cry. And then from time to time, you'd have to untie the ends to kind of flush the lines to release all the build up nutrients, or you know, call it something there, calcium, that's within the water itself. But these are some of the checks that you do on a daily basis. So this is what the fertilizer would look like, soluble, so it's dissolved in water, and then this would pull the dissolved fertilizer through this Venturi injector that would then be pushed through water as well, and that will take it through the main line up to the plot. So one major disadvantage with this system, like if you don't have a storage tank, is that when there is no water, because you know they would turn off the water sometimes, then you'd have to have some water in some drums, which is not enough to help with the day-to-day operations like spraying, washing our hands, applying any pesticides or insecticides or fungicides that you would need to apply. And so without water in the main line, the plants won't get any water, and it would be extremely difficult to go through and wet each plant. So that's one of the major setbacks with irrigating like this. Yeah, but a huge benefit is that you can plant in this pattern and still bring water to each plant, as well as bring nutrients to each of the plants. So yeah, 8 weeks old. So the next step now is to remove the weeds from within the between the furrows then and around the root, which we started yesterday, but it will take us probably another few days to complete the entire plot. And also we'll utilize an equipment, a whacker, weed whacker, the grass from between the furrows. So while we are able to burn through the furrows, sometimes there are some some weeds that are resistant to some of the chemicals that we use. Nevertheless, we don't want to use the ones that are too harsh that would damage the plants themselves. So it's best we just use the ones that we know are safe with the pepper plants, but still would offer a good coverage in terms of grass and some broadleaf in terms of herbicides to protect or to manage the weeds within the furrows. So that's going to be the next step in managing overall pests and improving nutrients reaching the plants as best as possible.
So Sheldon broke off these 2 trees.
Really? No. I'm going to say Una get dinner tonight. Be honest. Shanice broke off this big
This
tree.
one, and Sheldon broke off this. Sheldon sat on the tree. This tree, explanation, it was already broken. See, the part there well back. And it was just
No,
itching.
no. The plant looks healthy, just the same.
Look at the black.
No excuse. Watch it. 23
And Sheldon
compared to
15.
15. You're not forgetting dinner tonight. Really? Jaja. So it goes still.
We're going to try to do better with the videos, at least 1 per week, so you can look out for that. And we're going to do some videos that go in detail in relation to money spent on the plot and nutrient and or pest management programs that we employ. So you can look out for those videos. We'll also be doing some videos on the other crops that we're doing, sweet corn and lettuce, cucumbers and pumpkin to come. Thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please continue to watch, like, share, comment. We need your comments because we need your input, and so we look forward to those. And subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you.